You have such a wise system. Everything about your energy system houses consciousness and wisdom. So when you move out of balance, and in autumn with all of these winds of change, with the internal and external pressures changing as they do, it can be easy to move out of balance. Of course, it can also be easy to stay in balance, and that's why you're taking this program, so that you can really empower yourself with that ability. Now, in the wisdom of your system, there are a few access points in various places in your head that work like amazing pressure valves. So when that internal, external pressure is getting a little bit out of balance, just think of a pressure cooker. So when things are beginning to build in the pressure cooker, then at first that little pressure valve on the top of the pressure cooker begins to whistle a little bit, yeah? It says, hey, things are beginning to build, but it's managing fine. If you keep the heat underneath the pressure cooker and keep building the pressure, then at some point that valve on top of the pressure cooker is going to start screaming in a very intense way until you relieve the heat on the pressure cooker. It's exactly the same in your energy system. So when you're beginning to struggle with pressure, then there are various things that begin to happen in your energy system. One is that things begin to start kind of crashing around some, which is why that auric membrane exercise that we did is so vital to keep holding the space for your system to find its balance, to find its equilibrium. If you're not able to really relieve that pressure, if, for example, there's a lot of stress that you're working with in your life right now, and that pressure is building. Remember, I said it can either be external pressure that's really beginning to rise in your system, or it's going to collapse inwards. And often when that happens, you'll start moving towards depletion, ill health, depression, sadness. Grief will become overwhelming in your system at that point. So don't just think pressure is a kind of explosion. It can be an internal collapsing as well. So these points on the head, you can reset them. And in resetting them, even if the pressure is really beginning to move rapidly through those systems, by resetting them, you bring balance back in. So they're an incredibly powerful set of points in the head. We're very fortunate because they're easy to rebalance. They're easy to work with. I really hope you haven't done your hair today, because we are going to mess it all up. You're going to take your fingers and you're going to start by placing your thumbs in the groove behind your earlobes. So just where your earlobes and your face or top of your neck meet, you're going to place your thumbs in there and place your fingers on your hair wherever they fall. And then you're going to start working as deeply as is comfortable for you. Most of you will totally love it and be able to go really, really deep. Make sure you get those thumbs moving as well. It's important that those points directly behind the ear, they're some of the biggest pressure valves you have and very related to stress. So as you move your fingers around, you can take your thumbs off those points now, but you're going to keep moving them all through the hairline, right through the center. You're just going to massage as deeply as you can. It will be incredibly stimulating, calming for the nervous system, just maybe not so good for your hairstyle. For some of you, it will feel great to do this with nails, and you'll be working with the very tips of your fingers and your nails. For some of you, you'll be wanting to do it with the real pads of your fingers. So you're just going to keep coming back. Be conscious of getting every single part of your scalp as you work to reset these pressure valve points. All right, and remember the place where the skull meets the neck. that occipital ridge there where your neck joins the skull. Go over that area several times. So just making sure that the place from the earlobes to the top of the neck vertebrae is really well massaged. Whew. Okay, wonderfully uplifting for your system. Do that several times today. See how it feels. What happens with your energy system, I'm looking at mine moving here, is suddenly the space is much greater within, which means that your ability to manage the internal and external pressure of this autumnal season, whatever it is that's bringing you pressure in your life, is greatly enhanced. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.